Hey guys, how are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well on this Saturday, and welcome everybody that's joining us already. Info guy, you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Hey everybody, Maddie, Bethany, Tia, Toasty, welcome. How are you all doing on this Saturday? Hope you're all doing good. Tia, Toasty, Maddie, Bethany, Info guy. Info guy is in which room today? Which room are you
The,
in
at-
today, Info
the
guy?
attic. The attic.
Yeah.
Obviously the attic.
He's not in the limb club cupboard, everybody. Don't worry. I have not put him there. I swear, I have not put him there.
No, definitely not there.
He's not in the limb cupboard. Don't worry. I keep him from the limb cupboard for only bad when he behaves very badly. That's the only
Uh-huh.
time he goes to the limb cupboard. Everybody knows that. When you misbehave, you go to the limb cupboard. That's where you go when you're naughty. Hey, Lippy. Welcome, Lippy. So, with all of the introductions out of the way, we're going to start on the first thing that we said we were going to talk about during the week. And that is Xbox Series X and PS5 reveals this week and their specs. Both of them revealed their specs this week. One went down, I would say one went down well, and the other one was mixed. I won't say it went down bad, just mixed. We know which one went down pretty well, and we know which one went down pretty mixed, because most of you in chat was with us when that happened. So, because as you all know, I'm not smart with these things. Info guy will be discussing more of the technical side of things.
You can join in. You're allowed to guess whatever specs you want.
I don't understand anything. I don't understand it at all, but you can just give us a breakdown of what events took place during this week.
Okay. Basically, Microsoft just did a little preview event where it got a whole bunch of, I would say, YouTube influencers and people from gaming media and just showed them what the Xbox Series X does. And literally took all the guts out and showed everything bare to them, like the internals, everything.
Took the guts out.
Yeah.
Not all the components, just literally the guts. See,
Yeah.
everyone, I'm the butcher, and my brother is proving to you that he is my brother because he used that guts. He didn't use components, he used guts. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So basically, they gave like internal details, the specs. People were having a look at what that funny little slot at the back was. Turns out it's a slot for like a new kind of, well, not new, it's like a memory card that's going to have like an SSD, a little mini SSD into it. You can fit about a terabyte of extra data
Yeah.
on there. So, but apparently it's like swappable, so you can like put your game on there and like take it to your friend's house and just put it in his Xbox Series X, and you can play the game from there.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
guess you sign in or something, or whatever, just to authenticate. But we don't know how much that little memory card will cost. If it's proprietary, it's probably going to cost a small little fortune. But anyway, that's fine. So we don't have to stress too much about that. What the main thing was, the nitty gritty was what's actually in the Xbox that makes it go. And we got the confirmed rate for teraflops, SSD, NVMe SSD, how much RAM it's going to have, the RDNA 2 GPU, semi-custom. So it all sounds good, sounds great. They're going to try and aim for like maybe 4K at 120 frames. Depends on the game. I'm sure most games are not going to be able to run at that. You'll probably get like games that go 4K and like maybe 30 or 60 frames, but not 120, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then late in the week, 2 days later, we got Sony,
Yes.
who sent out a tweet and said, prepare yourself for tomorrow. and we prepared ourselves for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was kind of harsh, guys, during that. I just will say they did. PlayStation did say that. I obviously didn't read it properly, but they did say that it was a more in-depth look. I just took it as, I don't know. Maybe I just got hyped like everybody else. So I just want to. I can't retract it for what I said, but they did, because I kept on saying while we were watching the road to PS5, I kept on saying, but they didn't say that. They made us all hyped up and everything like that. But they did say it was going to be in depth. They should have somewhere in there maybe said, they're following a more of a GDC kind of format.
Yeah, well, look, the speech he gave was for GDC.
Yeah.
The way it was set up was very much a GDC like talk.
Yes.
Like the GDC talks that I've seen, it's very similar to those. I would actually say it's one of the better ones I've actually seen. He talked very comfortably and very calmly and very rationally, had a very nice cadence to his voice. Explained everything very detailed.
A lot of people said that, guys, in chat, like not in our chat, but in our chat, but also on YouTube. The comments that they were saying, they enjoyed his voice. They thought his voice was soothing, and also, sorry, info guy, I just have to say this. They also were all very fascinated with the people sitting in the audience because they wanted to know if they were cardboard cutouts. They were more focused on them than what was going on. So
because it's like a weird setup. It was just like figures, like like a puppet show, like a shadow puppet show. It looked like that. It didn't look like they were moving at all. They were just like
they were very still. They were very still.
Like I think midway through the talk, like one or two people moved, and you're like, oh, they're real.
Yeah, people were like, and we were even saying in chat, people were like, oh my gosh, they moved. Oh my word, they're real people. So and people did like Mark's voice.
I mean, it doesn't. The problem wasn't actually the talk. I think it's the way that Sony have come out and explain things for the PS5. It's not been. It's been in a very slow rate, and it hasn't been maybe to the general public's expectations. Like if that GDC talk was just given to developers, it would have been perfect.
Brilliant,
absolutely perfect. Because developers, they gave feedback on the display of the specs for the PS5, and they apparently loved it. From some of the tweets I read on Twitter.
Yeah.
Most developers think it's amazing. Like the speed is going to change things for gaming and all that sort of stuff. But for your general public who maybe don't understand all the nitty-gritty details, it was probably not the best way for your first big show off of the PS5. This GDC talk should have been after maybe a small reveal event like they had for the PS4.
Yeah.
If this was after, I don't think people would have been so about it. Yeah,
and not harsh. I don't think people were harsh.
They weren't terrible. It's just that it wasn't maybe what they were expecting, and it kind of turned a few people off. Because if I looked at the video for the reveal on Sony PlayStation's YouTube channel, I think it's got 13 million views, maybe more by now.
Yeah.
The like to dislike ratio, it wasn't perfectly terrible, but it still had 100 and something thousand dislikes compared to 300,000 likes. So most people were okay with it. There was a few people what am I watching? I don't understand. It doesn't get me excited.
I know
okay. I kind of get it if you're a consumer and you want to see. You've been waiting months for this PS5 reveal, and this it kind of was this a PS5 reveal or not? Really?
It wasn't. They said the road to PS5, so it's not. They didn't say it was a reveal or anything. And in the tweet, they said it was going to be in an in-depth look. So they never mentioned once. The word was never their reveal, I think, or announcement of PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't. I think I don't know, people, because everybody I think is also just reading. They're trying to read between the lines as well. When they post something or whatever, and they get hyped, we get hyped. And why I'm saying I'm also that person. And they never once, I can't say that it was like, not false advertising, but they weren't leading us on, or were they? I don't know.
I think people are just very, very thirsty for PS5 news, and this was it, and they maybe got the expectations a bit too caught up. Bethany asked, "Do you reckon it was intended to be a developer call, but because Microsoft announced they're showing, they went public with it?" I think maybe, yeah. They did say, I think they did say the previous week that they were going to show something from GDC because they weren't going to be at GDC because GDC got cancelled, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I think, like, the way they, because and maybe it was bad timing as well, because Xbox had just done their little reveal thing like 2 days earlier. So even if Sony had announced it like on the low key like the previous week that they were going to show something this week about the PS5, it seems like a reaction to what Xbox is doing, which is like,
maybe we should just put this out.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they had this in there? They just had this lying around, because this is obviously, like, Lippy asked if it was was it a live stream? I think this was just recorded, and they put it up as a not even a live stream. I don't know if they want to call it a live stream, because it wasn't. I think it was pre-recorded.
Yeah, it seemed like pre-recorded.
Yeah, so I think, they had this. Maybe they thought they weren't going to show this. I don't know if they were planning to even show this. But after Xbox came up with their announcement, they were most probably like, well, what do we have right now? What can we do on the fly? I don't know if that was what their thinking was. They had this, and they were like, okay, well, maybe we'll just use this. Whether or not that was the right call.
But anyway, I'm going to put this up as like a bit of a misstep from Sony, but not like horrifically terrible. They can still come, not back, but they can still make a better impression going forward.
How so? Please tell me, info guy.
Okay, because when we finally have all these spec sheets in front of us now, it looks like it's going to be Xbox Series X coming with power and the PS5 coming with speed. It's like fairly different takes on what developers want and are going to use for the next generation. Like, Xbox is going for the teraflops, even though it's like not that much more than PS5.
Yeah.
But Sony went full on this SSD technology. Like, their throughput rate is like nearly double of the Xbox Series X. So they want like zero loading. You want to replay that last level you just died in, like less than a second later, boom, you're back in there. They really want to make it like instantaneous. Apparently, developers really requested this, which was mentioned in the talk that Mark Cerny gave.
Yes.
That everyone was maybe not paying attention, or we were.
Me, basically me. He means me. But pointing at me.
But yeah, he did try to explain that it's not going to be a one-to-one rate thing with the teraflops, because there is going to be difference with the custom hardware in each of these consoles. So I think the final say on the matter, or not the final say, the proof is going to be when we actually see games coming out and we see what the difference is between the two. And then like maybe exclusives from either side will show off what each one is truly capable of, and we can make an actual decision on like who's not winning but who's doing the best.
So like you were
because I think this generation, it's going to be much closer. It's not going to be like Sony pulling ahead like they did like this generation, like massively. I think it's going to be like neck and neck most of the time. But it's interesting to see the different takes on like what developers will want or use in this next generation of console.
Yeah, because you said, it's Xbox has got the power versus PS5 speed.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, and Thunder Phoenix also, welcome Thunder Phoenix and Indra to the chat as well. Also, now that Thunder Phoenix is here, he also mentioned while we were watching this that, he enjoyed it as well because they were focusing also with the developers. So developers in mind. so it wasn't necessarily a bad thing because I gave it a really bad rating.
Yeah, you are fairly vicious.
Me and Kaki gave it a very savage rating, but
But I mean, like, yeah, that's response to like maybe your expectations were not met. Maybe Sony was like, because it has felt like Sony has been just dragging out information about the PS5. Like they don't, it's like they don't want to say like what's cracking. Like
no,
they don't want to reveal, or they don't want to. I don't know.
no,
Maybe
we
they
all
just don't want
know.
it out there.
No, we all know what it is. It's they are waiting on Microsoft first. It must be that. It has to be that. Well, because I don't see PlayStation or Sony going ahead and announcing now definitely not the price ahead of Microsoft. I highly doubt that. They're going to wait for Microsoft first. I don't know how they're sussing out the situation, Sony. I don't know what their departments are doing and like watching everything and watching what
Yeah,
Microsoft does.
I think the problem wasn't a technical side of things. I think it was the PR. So who's ever handling the PR side for Sony is like dropping the ball. Like they're not doing anything.
Yeah. They need to come up with ideas or something. They need to get like original.
What has Sony done this year? Like with marketing, like they did that weird ad with the
weird
heart,
hearts, yes. Which you more than likely were right that it had something to do with Valentine's Day because
which
that's
was
when
like
it came out.
very random and
Yeah.
weird.
Because we were all speculating, is that what the PlayStation 5 is going to look like? What is this? Because it's,
yeah.
It was like, we don't know. And iLappy says, after Sony knew about Xbox specs, they were overclocked GPU and started to redesign cooling system. That's why they can't show it now. That's another thing that they brought up. Remember, Mark Cerny was talking about, specifically about the cooling and the fan and everything. But
that's like the boost and like controlling the clock speed and whatnot, so that it doesn't overheat as the PS4 does with its jet engines trying to take off.
Yeah, because it still does it. I mean, it's just frustrating, especially when you're in a very hot room to begin with, and then all of that hot air blows out, and it's loud. It's extremely loud. I mean, you can't hear what you're doing if you don't have headphones or earplugs or whatever. You can't hear anything really. So hopefully they fix that.
I think they figured it out. I think they heard the feedback, because that was, I think, like this whole generation, that's been like the one of the major like faux pas that the PS4 has committed. It's like really, really loud, like more louder than you would expect a small little console to be.
Yeah, and also just by the way, I didn't watch as many of those videos that came out of guys going out to check out the Xbox Series X. Did anybody actually switch it on to hear? You can't really hear how loud it is, could you? Did anybody attempt that, or was that not an option?
No, I don't think either of the consoles are going to run. Like they both seem to like want to run cool and quiet. Like the way the Xbox Series X looks like it's designed is like a chimney, and it's designed to like
chimney.
it's like designed for like maximum cooling. Like it takes all the heat out of every component at once. So it's probably going to run fairly cool and quiet. And it's got like, I think, a vapor chamber sort of thing going. And the fins on the heatsink. Oh no, I don't want to say heatsink. But those look fairly substantial as well, so they'll keep things pretty cool. So I think Sony's also. We haven't seen the box yet for PS5, but I think they'll have a significant cooling solution, and they've also got this clock speed control, boost speed control thing. So I think they'll have it on lockdown, but we'll see. We'll have to see.
It's just having to wait and see, because I just want to know how it sounds and everything, and if it sounds smooth.
Or you can wait like a week after reviews, and I'll promise you there'll be a million videos on YouTube saying how loud either one is, if they're loud at all. Trust me.
So right now, going back to like the console wars, do we even want to give a rating? Because compared to when they did their announcements back in 2013,
I think the problem with the PS5 little reveal, it's not even a real reveal thing. This GDC talk thing would have been perfect after like a PS5 reveal event that should have maybe happened in March. It would have been this would have been fine. People wouldn't have like given it that to the second eye. They would have just thought, ooh, more details. But this is like literally the only information we have, and it's like so in depth that it maybe went over a few people's heads, and maybe people it lost a few people in like wanting to find out more.
Yeah.
Because I like watching these GDC talks, but this is not like a consumer side thing. It's a like the PR person or people who are in charge of like trying to bring the PS5 to the public and make them excited for it are kind of dropping the ball. It's not Mark Cerny and it's not the PlayStation 5 itself.
And also, we also saw after we were watching, we were just checking different forums and everything like that. And a lot of people are like, please bring back Sean Layden and who was the other person? It was Sean Layden and somebody else. They were
Andrew
like,
House.
Yes, they were like, please bring them. But I mean, that's
No,
not their job.
those two are gone.
Yeah, it's not their. It's,
I'm gone now.
yeah, so like people miss them, and there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to move on, people. And Maddie says, wait, first Bethany, oh wow, they do look like cardboard cutouts. And Maddie says, personally, I would like all of PS4 exclusives on PC and seamless transition between PS4 and PC. Do we think that's ever going to happen?
It's not this generation, I don't think. Maybe in the future. Like, let them first bring out, what's that one that's coming to the
Horizon.
PC? Horizon. Let that one come out, let it settle, and let's see. If Sony make enough money from it, they'll be like, maybe we should do this more often.
And iLippy says, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Navida, is that right? Is not using T-flops in their new projects because RTX 2070 Super NTF much faster than GTX 1080. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say all this stuff. TI.
Yeah, basically the teraflops are different between architectures. So like you compare a teraflop from a previous architecture to a new architecture, there's a difference. It's not like a one-to-one translation. So I can understand NVIDIA not wanting to do the whole teraflop comparison thing anymore, because I also like after watching a few of the Digital Foundry in-depth videos about it, like the teraflop comparison has become like a non-issue thing. Like you're gonna have to actually see what these consoles do head to head. You can't just say this one is 10 teraflops and this is 12, so the 12 one is gonna be better.
And obviously,
because
definitely,
there's a lot of custom hardware in there doing other things at making things load faster, making little tweaks to the screen, taking out little bits of resolution here and there to make things run faster and whatnot. So the proof is going to be in the pudding. Like we're going to have to actually see these consoles in action.
Yeah, and there's going to be so many videos on YouTube comparing the two. Whatever games come out that both of them can play, people are going to compare the two. They did it with the Xbox One. They've done it with
like every console generation. That like more than one version of it.
And also, iLippy says also PS5 is not using glitchy Windows.
Cool.
And then Thunder Phoenix
says, I mean, Windows, like they put out an update and then like 5 minutes later the house is on fire because the PC is exploding for whatever reason. No, I'm just exaggerating. Okay. But they seem to put on an update and then they find out, oh, we messed things up. Don't do the updates. It's like, okay.
And Thunder Felix says, I understand everyone's initial dissatisfaction at the show, but now the dust is settled, I think everyone can now see how much both Microsoft and Sony are pushing the boundaries this next gen. Very true.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who does what and where and if there are any differences between. There will be, but it'll be just interesting to see what those differences are.
And Maddie says, let them announce Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and God of War 2 on launch and see people going bonkers. Very true, Maddie.
Yeah.
And Thunderfinish says, and for those who have not watched it, please watch a Digital Foundry breakdown of the PS5 specs. They explain everything very well. Yes, I watched it as well. But it for me, but I did watch it. And Maddie says, if only PS Store able to load in less than 15 seconds. I like the Xbox design, in my opinion. Well, now that Info Guy has said it looks like a freaking chimney, now that's all I'm going to see now. Because it does.
It's not bad. It's not a bad design. I think it looks cool. It's like a monolith. Bah.
It is a monolith, but now all I'm going to see is a chimney because it legit looks like a chimney now because you put it in my head. Oh my gosh. And then Thunder Phoenix says, as long as I can stream and play games from my PS5, I'm happy. I'm not interested in any console war. I just want to see what people say. But in a perfect world, like myself and Info Guy have said this so many times as well in previous podcasts. I mean, if we were able to, we would love, and I'm sure everybody would love to be able to own all of the consoles. Because it would be awesome to be able to own all of them and just see how each one is different and how the games are and stuff, and be able to play whatever games are exclusive to that console. But unfortunately, we live in a world where stuff is way too expensive. But in a perfect world, I think there wouldn't be no console wars if we could afford all of them. But some of us can't. But okay, well, Bethany can. She has all of them. But I mean, if we could, we would. I think that would break down the console wars a lot if we could afford all of them, but apparently we can't because they're not making them any cheaper. I don't know. But anyway. And iLippy says, not choosing Windows means 10 teraflops times 3. I like Xbox Series X and, and the One X design too. I just like the Xbox Series X design. The Xbox One X,
I would say, like, out of all the designs for the Xbox, I like this one the most.
Yeah, me too.
If I'm honest.
Yeah,
it looks different, but it looks sleek.
It looks, and and as PlayStation owners, I mean, in the past, when I was younger, I was anti-Xbox. You can ask Info Guy, very much so, and also for me to say that I actually like the look of it and they're doing pretty well is a lot for me to say. And I'm also starting to embrace other consoles and stuff, because I was very much a Sony person, like only Sony, but over the years I've embraced other consoles as well, because each one of them they bring something different to the table, and you have to appreciate that. You have to appreciate what each of them would.
Yeah, because look, like each one bring out the best in the other, because there's this competition. Like one sees like, oh, we're not doing as well, we have to try harder.
Yes.
And it just makes it so like they keep doing better, which is great. Like if there was still, technically there are 3 console makers, but like Nintendo's almost doing their own thing in like a different universe almost, which is kind of weird. But I mean, like back in the day when they used to be like the 3 used to go head to head, like Sega, Xbox, no, not Xbox, Sega, Sony, and Nintendo, all in it together. That seemed like things got really heated. Like you had the Sega coming out with consoles that needed a modem to operate and all that stuff way before everyone else, because they were trying to push ahead of everyone else, but it flopped and Sega had to get out. Then Microsoft took their place.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And also, I'm just going to go really off topic. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was the Game Awards. It wasn't last year. It was was it 2018? I don't know how Jeff Keighley managed to get Sean Layden, Phil Spencer.
You probably just asked.
All of them.
Probably because you know what probably happens, like everyone's too scared to ask them to like hang out together, and like
when they all came out on stage together, people went crazy, and I was even like cheering. I can't say his name right, from Nintendo when he was still at Nintendo.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Fils-Aimé, yes. So when all 3 of them came out, like people went crazy because it was so cool to see the 3 of them together, and like I think they're also trying to say, like Phil Spencer says it quite a bit, that, you know, as gamers we need to come together regardless of what platforms we're playing on, because we're all gamers, and that's supposed to be the thing that brings us all together, is the game. So I mean,
I think
like that message.
There's space for like every platform that currently exists in gaming to be there, without like everyone saying, "Oh, you're crap. You have to get out. You're losing the console war. You're losing the format war, or whatever." Because it's like every generation, it seems like there's gonna be like, "Oh, this console's gonna kill PCs. It's so awesome," or "Ooh, these consoles aren't great. They're gonna PCs are gonna overtake them and whatnot. And then there was like I think a generation before this, mobile is gonna overtake consoles and whatnot. So it's like every generation you got the hyperbole going,
Yeah.
which is kind of not. It never actually happens. Like the consoles just come out and then they're there. And it's
Yes.
like, okay,
But I
this is as usual.
think also it's also down to, I mean, PlayStation did troll Xbox with the last console thing, so there was a bit of they also that war between themselves, but I think they were just trolling Xbox. But then we feed off of that, and maybe we shouldn't. So it seems
everyone likes to see a little schoolyard fight.
Yeah. It's fine if they
Because-
keep it funny like that, then it's fine. I think, but it also
like taking funny little jabs at each other is fine. It's not, as long as it doesn't get too serious, it's fine.
Yeah. So, but I hope I'm seeing it a lot less where people are like, oh well, if you're playing PlayStation, you should get an Xbox. Or if somebody's on Xbox, they're like, well, I hate PlayStation and blah blah blah. I'm seeing less of that. So I think people are starting
Long-term,
to I think people are starting to be like, you know what, just accept each console for what it is. And whatever your preferential not preferential treatment, but what you prefer, just go with that. If you prefer Sony, get Sony. If you prefer Xbox, or Microsoft, get that Xbox. So I think it's coming to that, so it's not
let's
bad.
just hope they don't get on too well with each other, because like imagine one day Sony and Microsoft like, we got a lot of things coming.
Amalgamate
why don't we just make one console, and then like there's no more competition, and we can make the console any price we want. It's like, oh no.
I mean, that wouldn't happen, would it? Could that happen?
Stranger things happen.
Guys, in chat, you just hear what Info Guy said. Would you guys, if ever, Xbox and PlayStation amalgamate with each other, would you want that or no? Would that be a thing or no? I just want to know if any of you would want that.
I don't think it'll actually ever happen, but it would be very, very...
That would be big. That would be
I mean, it would be fun to see, but it would be bad for gamers, because less competition means they can jack up the prices and they don't have to innovate as much. So it wouldn't be a good thing long term. It would be funny to see like if it ever happened, but I don't think it will.
It would be awesome though. It would be awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And we've got Vincent. Welcome, Vincent, to the chat. Always have the consoles versus each other. If they team up, then our wallets are doomed. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, seems like Vincent agrees with you as well, Info Guy. But enough of consoles now. We need to move on from consoles. We are going to move on to rumors. Even better. Rumors are even better. So, what is happening with Spider-Man? There's rumors going around.
Yeah, there's rumors of a sequel.
What do these rumors entail?
Okay, so it's a rumor from Reddit, so take that with a really huge, big grain of salt.
Okay.
But apparently there's going to be a new Spider-Man game, a sequel to the one that came out recently.
Yes.
It's going to launch for the PlayStation 5 in 2021.
Yes.
Rumored.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes, yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly, the following villains are supposed to make an appearance within the game: Venom, Carnage, and Mysterio. Apparently, there'll also be a new mechanic called the web chain. It's like chain together different web zips or something to reach a point immediately and whatnot. There might be some form of, like in Batman Arkham City, where you could change between characters mid-fight.
Yes.
There might be something similar to that, but with Miles Morales and Peter Parker.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. But remember,
rumors.
The first thing I said in the sentence, it's a rumor.
Rumor. But I mean, but just to stop you there, we all do know that because of the success of that game, it was an awesome game, brilliant game. They would be so stupid not to make a sequel.
No,
They
they'll make a sequel. There's just the question of like, are these rumors accurate, or because Insomniac did go with their own version of Spider-Man's universe. Like they put their own twist on it, so they might not just go with whatever we've just announced there. But it would be kind of cool if you had like Miles Morales as like a partner in crime, like
yes,
you could tag between in like a fight.
yes, because of what happened, obviously in the first game, like,
Yes.
and
Yes.
everything that happened there, it would tie together very, very well, I think.
Yes.
And I would be super excited to see Venom and Carnage. Mysterio not so much, but Venom and Carnage because
Yeah, imagine Venom and Carnage in next gen graphics, because this will be on the PS5.
yeah, because we remember we used to watch Spider-Man Saturday mornings, the cartoon
Yes.
series, and I would always, I'm sure you also got hyped whenever Venom or Carnage were in an episode, or when they were together in an episode, not when they were just like it was Venom and Spider-Man, or Venom and yes, Venom and Spider-Man, or Carnage and Spider-Man. When it was Venom and Carnage, it was like, oh my gosh, the two of them were together and they're like going at each other, and it's like they're not friends, they're not like, it was so awesome. So I would be, for me, because I was expecting Venom to be in the first game, but obviously he wasn't, so I would be super hyped if Venom and Carnage were in the next one. It was, yes, Maddie, the memories, it was such an awesome show, it was brilliant, it was so good. And Thunder Phoenix just said, I have hot off the press article, by the way. I don't know if you want to check that out, info guy, because I can't check it out on my side because of everything playing here. But it says something putting pressure on Sony to remove Dream Creations on PS4.
It makes sense for Nintendo. Nintendo are super protective of the IP. Like they take down videos like on YouTube if they don't get the go ahead or whatever. They play like a bit of music from one of their games or show something they don't want people to see from their games. So that would make sense. I mean, so they'll probably ask Sony. Well, I could read it now and like be quiet for 5 minutes and then come back to me, but my guess is that they're asking. My guess is that Nintendo's like going to Sony, hey, you know that thing in Dreams that you're making that looks a lot like RP. Get that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
So that's
or we sue you.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Thunder Phoenix. Thanks for the hot off the press article, and it's perfect for us when we're playing Spider-Man. We've got this Spider-Man thing playing now, and I mean Peter Parker.
But I mean, you could probably make some pretty awesome Nintendo games in Dreams.
Well, obviously you're not going to be allowed to anymore, because
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it like there's gonna be like an underground Nintendo Dreams like community. I can see it now already. Just don't share. The Nintendo won't find out.
Share it.
And then you have to share a secret link and have passwords and all that stuff.
And Vincent says these days even confirmed things can't be guaranteed. And
yeah, that's true.
And Vincent loved Carnage. And Thunder Phoenix says Nintendo don't want Mario on the Sony platform.
Well, like there's a bit of history between Nintendo and Sony from back in the day. Like Nintendo is the reason that Sony got into the console business in the first place.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were gonna make there was gonna be a Nintendo PlayStation. Like there's one prototype that I think sold for like $300,000 the other day, or something crazy like that. It's like a one of a kind prototype.
Yeah, but what can you do with it?
I think you could maybe play some like test games or something, but I'm not sure. But anyway, it sold for like a crazy amount of money because like it's one of a kind, literally. It's like the only Nintendo PlayStation in existence.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so that's
back in the day, like Sony and Nintendo were like working together because apparently Sony used to make the sound chips for the original Nintendo consoles and the cartridges and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they got together and they said, "Oh, maybe we should make a console again." They got like fairly deep into it, like obviously because like they made a prototype console, and at the last second, Nintendo like didn't like the deal and pulled out. And I think went with Panasonic or someone to make this
more than likely,
or some other weird console, other majiggy thing. But then Sony got so mad and angry, as like whatever, we're just gonna make our own console, and they did, and now we have 5 generations later.
Well, nearly 5. Nearly
Yeah,
5.
we're getting there.
We're waiting for that 5th one. We're waiting
So,
for it.
so this may be a little bit of Sony getting revenge, a
And
little bit.
and
Maybe they're
Bethany's
still
like,
sore about it.
and Bethany's like, dreams, jokes. Because we know how you feel about dreams, Bethany. We know, because you're studying so hard to be a game developer, and now this is happening. But you could you use it for practicals or something? I don't know if you could. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
how
well,
it
that
works.
one dude got a job. Remember, we talked about.
Oh
the
yes,
other
the
day.
one dude that got the job. Yes. And Vincent, I remember a while ago when a card game called Mod Nation Races was out on PS3. The top character designs were Mario and Sonic for years, and on a podium in the plaza. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that just going from that to back to Spider-Man, I'm looking forward to it. I definitely know there will definitely be another game. I never thought for a doubt that there wouldn't be one. It's just I would like those villains because Venom and Carnage are awesome characters, and what they could do with Venom and Carnage would be amazing. Mysterio, I don't know so much about Mysterio.
No, you just have to get the fishbowl right on his head, then you're fine.
Yeah,
Perfect.
like he's
With a
not.
cape.
I
With a
don't
cape.
think he's as much of. I don't know if he's such an interesting character. I don't know
He's
his
interesting.
backstory.
Have you seen it late? No, you
No,
haven't.
I haven't watched it yet. No, I have not
Okay.
watched the.
Watch that, and you'll understand why there's interest in Mysterio.
I haven't watched Far From Home. Nobody judge me. I haven't watched it. I will watch it. It's on Netflix. But yeah, it's just because Venom. It sounds so weird. Venom and
I mean,
Carnage
like back
have
in the day, like Venom and Carnage were
Yeah.
like A-list like villains for Spider-Man.
They're
Like, I mean,
just
Doc
so
Ock
good.
has always been like the arch nemesis, but like Venom and like Carnage are
It's
like
just because they
A-list.
were pure villains. They just had this like, I don't know. They were just like so cool. They were cool villains. I know it's
Cool
not
villains.
cool to be villains, but like they were cool. So I don't know. I would really like to see Venom and Carnage just cause.
Well, I'm sure it'll eventually happen. They have been in like old Spider-Man games. They didn't look as great, but I remember them being in an old Spider-Man game.
Yeah, but I think it'll bring a different. It'll just make it more awesome for the Spider-Man if they're going into like a full like franchise. If an Insomniac Games is going, if they're gonna have a
I also
third
would like
game.
to see like Insomniac's version of Venom and Carnage, because they won't do like straight from the comic books. They'll do their own little bit of interpretation on it.
But they did a good job with. Okay, at the beginning I wasn't really a big fan of Peter Parker, and people know this when I streamed it. Because he didn't have the quirks of Peter Parker. But as I played the game, his quirks came out, and he was making.
Yeah, because he's more experienced. He's not like I just got my powers sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I gotta prove myself. He's more like relaxed. I've been doing this for a while. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
sort of
because
thing.
I appreciated all the jokes from the show when we were growing up and watching the show, because he always had something smart to say, and that wasn't coming through at the beginning of the game, but as the game progressed, he started, having his little smart little things that he was saying to people, so, yeah.
Yeah, his little quibs.
Yeah, so, sorry, Maddie, no spoilers, well, sorry, Maddie, I don't think we spoiled much. No, we didn't.
Maybe.
No, I
I
don't think we did. No, we didn't spoil that much.
Okay.
You should know by now, Venom and Carnage are not in the Spider-Man game. And we're just talking about Peter Parker's character. I mean, you should know Spider-Man is Peter Parker. That cannot be the spoiler, Maddie. If I'm thinking now, don't even say that, Maddie. Don't even say, why did you say Peter Parker Spider-Man? I didn't know. I swear, Maddie. I never know with you if you're being sarcastic or not. And wait. Bethany, can you sell Dreams games? I don't know. Can you?
I think they will. I think last I heard about Dreams was Media Molecules working on a way so you could export games from Dreams to make a game. I haven't heard anything lately about that. But I think it's not entirely impossible. But like, geez, you're gonna run into a whole bunch of IP problems if you do that. Because I remember there was like an Avatar game made in Dreams, and apparently it's really popular.
Yes, I saw that.
But you can't use those IPs without the approval from the people who own the IPs. It's like this. That's why Nintendo is going after Sony right now. It's like, okay, you made this thing, but you're using our IP to sell your game, so that's not allowed. Give us our money, or don't do it.
Maybe PlayStation needs to maybe have strict guidelines of what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, the
maybe.
problem is with like a creative tool like that, like how do you stop people from like they literally can make anything out of like anything. So how do you stop it? Like as soon as it starts looking like a character from Nintendo, do you just ban? Or if it looks like semi-similar, do you just ban? Or what? And who's going to go through all these games to make sure that like there's no copyright nonsense through it?
There'll be like this
It's
one
not-
person that's like assigned to like go through each and every single group of people and like go find any games that look like Nintendo games. Just go look. Like there will be hunters on Dreams. That's their job. The hunters on Dreams. But yeah, no.
I mean, like it's like also the question like with PC you get mods where you can put like different characters into games that like are technically IPs owned by like other people. Like they get away with it because they're not making any money from it. The problem is now Sony is selling Dreams and they're making money from it.
Yeah.
But I
And
mean, technically, Sony itself is not making the games in Dreams,
yes,
but it's people
other people.
making games in Dreams. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a slippery slope. We'll have to see what the lawyers decide.
Yeah,
what the
I'm
judges
sure they
decide
will.
in that case.
Yeah,
Or what Nintendo and Sony decide amongst each other. Hopefully, they don't get to the point where they go to court and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm sure that will come up in one of our future podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm sure the news will come up. And Maddie, you guys getting Disney movies on Netflix? We have
Yeah,
like a
look,
few.
they like I know with Disney Plus, there's licensing issues overseas. Like in the US, like obviously Disney's taken the entire like library off Netflix and put it onto their streaming service. But considering we don't have Disney Plus
Plus,
yet, I think Disney doesn't want to skip out on like getting that extra money because they haven't brought out their streaming service overseas yet. So
Yeah, because
I
we
think
don't
that's
have
why
it.
it's still on here, but like I don't think it'll be on here for much longer.
We just find it
Oh.
surprising that we're still able to watch some Disney stuff that's still on
Yeah,
there.
it was random, like because when I
Yeah.
heard about the Disney
Plus, we thought
creating, I thought we were gonna lose like all those
movies, but
Yeah.
we still get a couple of Disney movies on our Netflix. So sorry guys, we can't help that. We don't have Disney Plus, so they have to give
Yeah.
us something. We have to have something. Just
Third
give us
world
something.
problem.
Yeah, just give us something, please. And Maddie says, in my country, Disney Plus launch is postponed due to, oh my gosh, also COVID. Wonderful COVID, just COVID. Fudge, just it needs to go away.
Give it 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months.
And Bethany says, if they allow games to be exported and sold separately, then Dreams will have a huge IP problem.
Yeah, I skimmed that as well. That would be a huge problem. Like if your character looks slightly like any IPs that are out there, then that's gonna be like a no
It's going
go.
to be a major problem. But
But we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't.
it will make news and we will cover it. Disney Plus looks overpriced. Bethany
Yeah,
says-
the library on Disney Plus, from what I can tell from a person overseas, it looks great for like a month.
Mm.
That like after that month, not so great. Like maybe I would get it like once in a while when like an exclusive comes out, like The Mandalorian or something like that. But
Yeah.
other than that, I would give it a skip most of the time.
Baby Yoda, shut up. Just because.
You still-
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm still. Don't even. It's Baby Yoda. I love Baby
Okay.
Yoda. But moving on from Baby Yoda, Spider-Man, and all things Disney, we're going to the dark side now.
The dark side.
The very dark side. Kind of like hell. Doom Eternal. The reviews so far.
Oh yeah,
been
they've been very, very positive.
Very,
I think
very
it-
good.
Yeah.
Not that
First major release of the year, would you say? Or would you count Dreams as the first major release of the year?
I think Dreams I would count because people have been waiting for it so long. So I would say Dreams, but I mean this is up there. It's definitely up there in the fact that it's averaging 90 on Metacritic so far.
Yeah, so far when I last looked. It might have changed since then.
Yeah.
But like when I looked at that current time, like right now, it was like at 90 on Metacritic. So that's pretty good. And like I think it was over 30 reviews. I don't know, like there are user reviews, but they're also high. So And also, you can't tell users, like, they might find a bug and then they rage and they review bomb the thing and it goes
Oh,
all
yes.
the way down. Anything can happen. It's like the
So,
Wild Wild West and Metacritic in the user section, so you don't know.
so as someone that hasn't played Doom as well, I will play it. But the 2016 one, I think it is. You have the 2016 one, the one that I need to still play.
Yeah, I finished it.
Um,
It's a lot of fun. But
I
you just have to get used to the playstyle, which is like keep pushing forward and shooting. Don't try and hide behind cover. You have to just keep going.
yeah, I've seen
You have
Thunder
to get
Phoenix
good.
play it.
Yeah.
I've seen that. So, I mean, it says here improves on most aspects of the gameplay from Doom 2016. Only a bit of negativity so far is the lack of multiplayer team deathmatch.
Yeah, like I've seen one or two reviewers complain that that there isn't, like, because the original Doom way back when from not it had team deathmatch. Like it was like one of the like online multiplayer first like online multiplayer games. Like there was an first person shooter that had deathmatch. I think actually Doom coined the term deathmatch. So it's kind of weird that Doom doesn't have it now, but it has this weird PvP mode where it's 2 versus 1, and two guys are the demons who control other demons, and they take on the
Oh,
Doom
yes.
Marine, like in a weird, like asymmetrical, like PvP game mode. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll add like a death match or something,
I mean, it
or
shouldn't be
they'll just
that
carry on.
hard. Would it
But
be
then,
that
but then,
hard to
they
add that?
also, I think they also did mention that they might just add more single player stuff as they go along, just to compensate for that lack of PvP stuff. I mean, it's just a little bit weird, but it's not. It doesn't take away a large amount from Doom, because I think there's a lot of multiplayer games out there at the moment
Yeah,
that
there's
are
enough.
like, I mean, the flavor of multiplayer has changed so much over the years. Like the only way like Doom would maybe compete is if it did like a battle royale version of it, and I don't think the id creators want to do that, because I don't think that would suit Doom. I mean, like it, but it still is weird that it doesn't have like a team deathmatch mode sort
Yeah.
of thing for multiplayer. But anyway,
So we saying that this in Dreams, like because so many things was delayed already this year, so they are the ones that are leading the pack, that's getting at the ball rolling before The Last of Us comes out and Ghost of Tsushima. Like we've got these games to look at for a bit,
yeah,
and Cyberpunk coming out much later on, and yeah, Thunder Phoenix said June is Ghost of Tsushima, and then The Last of Us is coming out. So, I mean, I'm not gonna be going out specifically to go get it. I know they are big fans, and they're obviously gonna go get it, and it looks good. I don't think it's looking as great on the stream little blocky thing that you guys are watching, but I'm looking at it and it looks like flawless. It looks seamless. It looks as good. I mean, I don't know if they're playing that on PC or not from the trailers that I'm watching, but it looks very, very nice. It looks that you can't see me doing, but the thing. It looks awesome. So and the I Love You Doom looks like we don't need next gen. It does. It looks very good. I mean, I'm watching.
they do a lot of tricks to make it look that good.
What tricks?
Especially on console.
What tricks? Tell us, info guy. Tell us the tricks. We want to know.
Like it used to have like this whole mega texture thing. They got rid of that to make things go quicker. They also super streamlined the engine just to make it run so they could get 60 frames per second on a console. Which, because a lot of games, surprising, even with this current generation, didn't get to 60 frames per second. But I think that's also going to be another change that happens with the next gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
It's going to be like you're going to see frame rates that normal average console players have never seen before. Like 60 is like fast. 120, you're gonna once you go there, then you're not gonna ever want to go back to 30 or 60. That's even if you have a TV that's capable of showing it at that speed.
And then
because
also,
once you see a nice refresh rate, you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
You don't notice it now because you haven't seen it, but once you've seen it,
you can't go back.
You get spoiled.
Yeah. So, and Maddie says original Doom on PC looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it, Maddie. I'll take your word for it. And now, moving from hell to another kind of hell,
You're gonna have to tell me about this because I didn't get a chance to play this.
I will go into a little deep dive into this, and also maybe just plug myself in here as well for my streams. Wink, wink. All my streams that I do. Resident Evil 3, the demo dropped this week, which I was very happy about, and I know some people haven't played it, so if you guys haven't played it, you can look away. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I really did enjoy it. It was awesome. It looked good, and I mean, if I could afford it, I would really do it, because I had so much fun with it. It really was cool, and it was buffering right now. My video is buffering, but from what I can tell you, the amount of detail that went into this game is astonishing. Like, I was trying so hard not to look at too many things because everything caught my eye, because it just looked so good. I mean, the characters look good. They look better than the characters, I hate to say it, than the characters in RE2 remake. Sorry, but they just look a little bit more refined. And I mean, what you guys are seeing right now is nowhere close to how good the demo looks. You have to play it yourselves. Even if you're not a fan, even if you're not a survival horror fan or a Resident Evil fan, it's free. It's just a demo. You know, if you've got extra time at home now, play it. I think you would really, really enjoy it, because I think they put a lot of work into this. And I mean, for somebody that's not really good at shooting, as we all know, I'm not good at shooting in this game. I felt very comfortable playing it. I enjoyed the shooting in this game. Okay, I missed quite a few shots, but I enjoyed it. And I mean, yes, I missed a few shots, but I did enjoy it. And like I said, I felt very, very comfortable with it. I picked up on the mechanics very quickly. And for me as well, that's a good thing as well, for me to pick up on the mechanics as well. And also, they've introduced the dodge mechanic for Jill. So that was in the original Resident Evil. They called it Nemesis, which was Resident Evil 3 back in the day, and was called Nemesis. And Jill was able to just dodge. And they've got that mechanic, but from playing it, I think you have to time the dodge just right. It's not like, okay, just push these 2 buttons and then she's just going to dodge and you're going to be fine. I think you have to time it just right, and they didn't say that in the demo, so I don't know how true that is, but I try to dodge. Sometimes I got it right, sometimes I got it wrong, so that's why I'm thinking it's timed. I don't know. You have to just time it just right. And it was very, very dark. The game was very, very dark. I tried to make the brightness a little bit more brighter than what it should be, but it was still pretty dark, and I bumped into a couple of zombies on a staircase. I didn't see them because it was that dark. Got attacked, but it's fine. It was cool. I handled it like a boss. Tried to handle it like a boss, but there are larger groups of zombies, and you have to look out for red barrels. The red barrels take out the...
Oh, but that's classic video games.
So, but the thing is that I didn't know that, and also that was part of Nemesis when it came out, because, okay, the demo was very nice at giving a lot of ammo. I know there's not going to be this much ammo in the actual game. There's no chance in hell there's going to be this much ammo. So
I think maybe it depends on like what difficulty you play on.
Well, I was playing on average, because you can't select. You have to just play on what they give you. It wasn't like I couldn't select what I wanted. It was average. So, but I don't think...
So you're saying the game was average?
No, okay. The game wasn't average. The demo... And I haven't played the game. I can't say anything about the actual game. But the demo, I was playing on the average difficulty, whatever that may be. So they gave a lot of ammo, gunpowder, and I also got access to the shotgun, which was fun. I enjoyed the shotgun a lot. So the red barrel, I missed a couple of red barrels, because with the original Resident Evil Nemesis, your main thing with Jill was keeping as much ammo as possible. like most Resident Evil games, but using your environment to help you. So I missed a couple of red barrels, but I did find some of them. And like I said, it was very, very enjoyable. Jill's very sassy, which I liked. She swears a lot, so she's doing all the swearing for me, which I didn't mind. And then the manuals. The manuals in the game, I don't know if the wording in the manuals are going to be the same as in the actual final game, but what they say in the manuals is hilarious. So that kind of takes you out of, I don't know if they're going to have it, but if they do have the wording in the manuals, it'll take you out of the intense moments that you have in the game, because it's very stressful sometimes. So if you find these manuals, it's very funny to read, because the stuff that they say in there is hilarious, which I enjoyed as well.
Give you a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, it's like comic. Yeah, it was comic relief.
Comic relief.
Yes,
okay.
Because some of the stuff in there, they're like basically telling you don't be a big baby and do this and do that and blah 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 blah. But I don't know if that's going to be in the final game. I'll be very surprised if it is in the final game. And then the main part was Nemesis. I wasn't expecting to meet Nemesis, and he is brutal, but in a good way. He really is. He gives you that sense of like he is behind you constantly when you meet up with him for the first time, and all you can think of is he's behind me, but you can't hear anything, and you can't turn around and look, because you think he's massive, he's big, and you can't hear his footprints like Mr. X, and the music doesn't constantly play, so you don't know where he is. So that brings that element in, but in a good way. It wasn't like anxiety inducing. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed that as well. I know I'm saying I enjoyed it so much, but I did. I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, it's Nemesis, what am I going to do now? I just ran, but it felt like he was following me. So, and also, when I felt like I was safe, I was not safe. I was not safe at all. Nemesis was there. He was waiting for me around the corner just when I thought everything was fine. It doesn't prompt any music, nothing. You just hear a noise and you're like, what was that? And you think it's a zombie. It's not. It's Nemesis climbing over something, coming for you. And then you have to try and get away from him. So just when you think you're safe, he pounces on you, basically. And he starts chasing you. So, I mean, that was cool. If it's the whole game, it's going to be a lot of pressure, because that's the point of Nemesis, is to follow you everywhere like Mr. X, but he's a little bit more hardcore than Mr. X. And also, if you guys do play it, just remember, like, even if you're not a fan or whatever, if you do play it, they do have other things that you can do in the demo. Like, they were like these little, they call them dolls, but there's like 20 of these dolls, which are actually bobbleheads that you can collect. And a lot of people are doing these speed runs of the demo as well. They're trying to like extract every little bit of anything out of this demo, because there is other stuff you can do. I just didn't do all of that stuff because I just wanted to see what would happen.
Well, I think like after the after PT that had so many little secrets in it, I think people just want to like scratch in demos just in case they miss something, or like a little trailer or anything nowadays. So
yeah, and I mean, like, especially during this time, like I said to you guys, if you've got nothing else to do and you want to test something different out of your comfort zone, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to lose anything because you're not paying for it. It's just a demo, and it's not that big, so it won't take up too much space. I mean, you can just delete it afterwards. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I would strongly suggest to people, if you're bored and you want to play something different, just try this demo out. I enjoyed it, and for somebody that can't shoot very well, because I'm very hard on myself when I can't shoot or aim or anything, I felt very comfortable with it, and it wasn't anxiety inducing as well. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, so I enjoyed it. I know you didn't play it, but anybody else in chat play it? Did anybody in chat play it? I just want to know if anybody else played the Resident Evil 3 demo. And while you guys come back to me on that, I'm just going to do a quick poll. It's got nothing to do with Resident Evil, so don't worry. The poll's got absolutely nothing to do with Resident Evil.
Is it Hugh Jackman again?
No, Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman
No,
is
Hugh Jackman.
no Hugh
Okay.
Jackman. And Uberlord, thank you for that host, Uberlord. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Uberlord. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't stay, don't feel so. I hope you feel better soon, Uberlord. Where is this now?
I
What are
think
you
Maddie's
laughing
too
at?
scared to play the
Why,
Resident Evil.
Maddie? It's not Maddie. I swear to you, it's not scary at all. You will be fine. I swear to you. I would not tell you. It's just play in a very light room with lots of light. You'll be fine. I swear, it's fun.
And easy exits.
Oh wait, no, there's not that many easy exits, but it's fine. But you just download it. Just try it, Maddie. You can't. You've got nothing to lose. I swear to you. You try something new. Try something out of the box. I swear I should work for Capcom. The stuff that I do for them, I try and sell their games. They should make
I'm sure they're doing pretty well by themselves.
Yes, I know they are, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there just in case. I don't think they'll ever see this, but Capcom, you guys are awesome. If you ever want to give me a code, test anything
What
out
do you
for
think
you.
they'll be their first like next gen game? Do you think it'll be like Street Fighter, or do you think they'll just do like a new IP? What was that the game that was like at the reveal event for the PS4? But they never actually released it. It was something to do with a dungeon. I remember there was a dragon or something or other.
For Capcom. Oh, that game. Oh, that, I think that was indefinite. That was cancelled indefinitely.
Yeah.
Guys,
maybe that will finally come out.
Yeah, we don't know if it will come out. I don't think it will. And just by the way, chat, also while I was playing, I think it was Shadow of the Colossus, just so you know, info guy, if I do play Red Dead Redemption 2, my horse's name is going to be Hugh Jackman.
Of course.
The community has asked, and I will do it. And guys, I've put the poll up, since Twitch doesn't give you much, letters to use. Which villain would you guys most like to see in the next Spider-Man game? Because we all know it's going to happen. And I've only got 5 options, so don't diss me on the options. I've only got 5 that I can choose from. And Maddie, I downloaded Outlaws 2 and just noped out after 5 minutes and deleted the game. Maddie, no, Outlaws 2 isn't as bad as Outlaws 1. Outlaws 1 is pretty bad. Outlaws 2 isn't so bad. I know I'm saying this and I haven't played it yet, but it doesn't look as bad. I had a hard time with
bad until you actually play it.
I will play it. October maybe. I'm like moving on to the later on to the year. Like I'll play Outlaws, but I'll play it like in October again. I played it for 2 hours.
Do you think there'll be a sequel for the PS5?
For what? Outlaws.
Yeah.
The last Outlaws game was really weird. It was like,
what happened in it?
I'm not going to spoil it for people, but it was just like odd. It was odd. It was odd. It was disturbing. Even more disturbing than the first one, but it wasn't. I don't think it was as scary. It wasn't as scary as the first one. The first one was more scary. But it just, red barrels. I don't know what goes on in those guys' heads, but seriously, I don't know. Maybe they will. It will look good. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had like an Outlaws VR version. I wouldn't be surprised if that ever comes out.
Oh, that'll be super scary.
Well, there was Resident Evil 7 in VR. I mean, people were freaked out by that. Also, there was a request for me to play that. I don't have a VR headset, so that's not going to happen unless people want to donate to me. It's not going to happen.
I can imagine you falling out your chair like, ah!
I don't think it'll be that bad.
Screen.
I think
legs in the air.
I think I would have more problems with the actual like feeling wonky than anything else. I don't think I'll have such an issue with it. I don't know. I say that now, and then it comes, and then somebody sends it to me, and then it's like, eh. And also the poll. Okay, which villain would you like to see the most in the next Spider-Man game? Okay, clear winner, Venom. Venom is the clear winner. Everybody wants to see Venom, and I agree. But I also want to see...
out of all those, I'd want to see Venom as well.
But I also want to see Carnage, just because it's Carnage, and I just want to see.
Yeah.
Because he's awesome. Venom and Carnage. If they had like a thing where the two of them are going at each other,
Oh, they usually fight when they
it would be
on
like,
the same company.
it would be so awesome. It would be so awesome. Fun fact, a friend of mine semi-broke a uni PC by inserting a USB in before booting it.
Oops.
Okay, we'll try and remember that. Oh gosh, I don't want to do that to my PC. And bye, Lippy. I Lippy. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, that's all the gaming news for this week. I think the major thing was Microsoft and Sony with their little things.
Reveals.
We'll see this week. Maybe we'll get something else. Highly doubt it from Sony. I don't think we're going to get to see that console as much as we want to. Just have to wait. Don't know what their plans are. But I mean, other than that, it was a good gaming news week for us. And yeah, I don't know. We'll catch you guys next week Saturday again. Now we really don't know if they're gonna announce it, because last week Saturday we were like, it's most probably gonna be a slow week. It's not gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. And then
Now we like have 10 like slow weeks of like barely any news.
nothing from Microsoft and nothing from Sony. They were like,
We
okay.
got what we wanted, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted. But still, we got what we wanted.
They were like, we gave you something. Now just nibble on this for a while until we give you more. But it's like, we'll see this week. Maybe we get something. Last week we said we weren't going to get anything, and look what we got.
Oh, Maddie wants me to bash EA. Oh, I actually haven't bashed EA.
Oh my goodness.
This whole podcast.
Because they are not worth it. There's no need to bash EA. Like, they're not even in the news. Are they in the news? No. Are they?
Nah, they haven't done anything bad lately, that's why.
They don't have anything to do to
Well, they haven't revealed. I think they're keeping all their cards close to their chest for whatever the next gen games they're going to put out. Also, if they ever remake Anthem, whatever that's going to be. Anthem 2.0.
Wait, I can't remember if that was the thing.
What
Is that what they're going to call it that?
I don't know.
Or are we just calling it that?
I don't know, they'll call it like Anthem Reforged or Anthem Remade or Anthem Redone or
Anthem Redone?
or something weird like that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And Maddie says next 3 months will be like this. Be prepared though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all going to be sitting in rooms.
Yes.
Quietly waiting for the thing to
Isolating
go away.
ourselves. Yep. Isolating ourselves, but
while washing our hands.
yes. Hands very dry. Very dry hands. My hands are cracking because they're so dry, but anyway. Guys, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And we'll catch you guys again next week, Saturday. Thank you for joining us once again. And yeah. Stay safe. And stay healthy. Info guy, you want to sign off?
Quarantine. Stay safe.
Yes.
Don't cough in anyone's direction.
Yes. Just keep the coughs, elbows, wash your hands. You know that everybody knows the gist right now. You all know what to do.
Yeah, there's been like a million announcements about it. Just
Constantly.
follow what the experts say and you'll be fine. We'll get through this together.
Yes, we will get through this. So stay strong, stay together. Have a good day, night, wherever you guys are, and we will catch you next week, Saturday. I'm LaFemmeN signing off. Info guy, sign off.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye.